agbára. It's not very easy to stand for more than 1 hour. Kí wọ́n dẹ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀. It's not easy o. Ẹ jẹ́ gbàdúrà fún wọn, ẹ jẹ́ sọ fọ́lọ́run. Ọlọ́run fún wọn fún ọgbọ́n, ó tún fún wọn fún kíni agbára. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ dàdúrà.
More power, more grace, more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding. More power, more grace, more knowledge, more understanding. More power, grace, more wisdom, more understanding, more understanding.
Lọ́run kó àdúrà Jésù Olúwa wa. Lọ́run gba ọpẹ́ wa. Ṣùgbà ìyẹn wa. Ògo lókè ọ̀run. Àtúndé wájú yín láti gbọ́ ọmọ yín Olúwa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ tàbí sọ mọ̀jà gbọ́ lásán. Jésù ìwọ ni ọ̀rọ̀ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Iye wa jẹ́ kó ṣí. Ìwà létí mi. Ìwà mọ́jò fọ́. Ẹsẹ̀ àti ọwọ́ ẹ̀mí wa mọ́jò rọ. Ràn wá lọ́wọ́ Olúwa. Bíbélì pé ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ìmọ́lẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ jẹ́ kó tàn sí ayé wa. Ó pe ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ní ìdà. Gbogbo ohun tí ò bá ìfẹ́ Ọlọ́run idà rẹ̀ lórúkọ Jésù kó ré ìdànù lálẹ́. Ó pe ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ní iná. Ìsọ̀nù ayọ̀ wa iná ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ kó jó wọn run. Ó wà mí tí ó ti darí wọn wá. Tábà parí ká lè yìn ọ́ lógo. Lórúkọ Jésù. Tábà parí ká lè yìn ọ́ lógo. Lórúkọ Jésù ló wà. Abẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí àmì wa lásán.
I pray it shall not come up again.
A rí pé òní ní ìgbà kẹta tá máa pàdé.
Today is not that we are meeting in this lesson.
Lẹ́yìn pé a wà ní àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ yìí àwọn àṣàyàn ẹ̀kọ́ ni.
These lessons are selective.
Adẹ̀mọ́jáde láti inú ìwé Lẹ́vítíkù.
Brought out from the book of Leviticus.
Tí ń ṣe ìwé kẹta nínú Bíbélì.
The third book of the Bible.
Adẹ̀rí pé Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ń lò láti ṣe fayé àwọn kankan fún wa.
The Lord has exposed some things to us.
A ò ní sáàyè rántí ń ta kọ́ níjẹ̀jọ́.
We have to do recap of what we learned last week.
Ká tó mọ tẹ̀síwájú.
Before we progress,
ká tó lè rán wa létí ń ta kọ́ níjẹ̀jọ́.
Who can remind us what we learned last week?
Yàrá tó kàlàyé fún wa.
Anyone can just
ó kàn rán wa létí.
Give us brief history.
Ń ta kọ́ níjẹ̀jọ́.
What we learned last week.
Kò sí màmá ẹ fún màmá ẹ gbogbo màmá bọ̀.
Jíjẹ ohun jíjẹ ó túmọ̀ sí pé ká wà ní mímọ́, ká máa gbégbé ayé ìwà mímọ́, ká máa sin Ọlọ́run nínú ẹwà ìwà mímọ́. Gbogbo ohun tí a bá ń ṣe ká máa ṣe ní òtítọ́.
Ẹ ṣé, God bless you.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn bí ìyẹ̀fun òróró.
Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ti rájú sùkúù. That's right. From Elliot. God bless you.
Last week we learned about the grain offering. The grain offering simply means act of giving thanks to God. God has commanded them to grind the grain into flour and mix with the oil and burn on the altar with an incense so that it gives aroma to God. when they do this, it simply means they are doing it to purify, to dedicate, and to worship God. And also, it is act of giving thanks unto God for giving them a fertile land that made their crops grow.
We thank God for Mama Elliot and Mama that has helped us earlier.
pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ wa
And we celebrate God in their life
ẹ̀já dúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run nínú ayé wọn.
for reminding us just some of the things we touched last week.
wọ́n rán wa létí àwọn tí a kọ́ lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá.
I remember last week, really we deal with the grain offering
a sọ nípa ọrẹ ọkà
and the implication of the grain offering.
àti ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀.
So, and God has remind us things there.
wọ́n tún rán wa létí àwọn nǹkan nínú ẹ̀kọ́ náà.
But the key thing that I would like to remind us again is
ṣùgbọ́n tí mo fẹ́ rán wa létí nínú ẹ̀ nìyí.
all these things they are just a pointer to what Jesus is coming to perfect.
ìwọ̀nyí ń jẹ́ ìtọ́ka sí ohun tí Kristi ń bọ̀ wá ṣàṣepé rẹ̀.
And the implication, God knew that they could afford the grain because it was their mainstay.
Ọlọ́run mọ̀ wípé wọ́n lè mú nǹkan yìí wá nítorí pé èrè oko wọn tí wọ́n ní ni.
God requests from them what they are.
ohun tí wọ́n ní lọ́lọ́run bí wọ́n léèrè.
And all these things prefigured Jesus,
àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí sì ń ṣàpẹẹrẹ Jésù.
who is like a grain that must fall to the ground, die, and bring up multiple fruits.
èyí tó dàbí ọkà èyí tí yóò bọ́ sílẹ̀ tí yóò kú tí yóò sèso tí yóò sì gbèsè tó pọ̀ jáde wá.
So, grain offering offer genuine worship to God,
èyí ń kó wa láti lè fi ìjọsìn tó tọ́ fún Ọlọ́run.
true fellowship to God,
nípasẹ̀ ìjọsìn papọ̀ fún Ọlọ́run.
genuine communion with God,
ìbásọ̀rọ̀pọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú
holy
Ọlọ́run.
service and genuine dedication to God,
fífi ara ẹni jì fún Ọlọ́run.
and continuous commitment to the service of the kingdom.
àti títẹ̀
Peace offering.
ọrẹ àlàáfíà.
What is the meaning of peace?
kí ni ìtumọ̀ àlàáfíà?
That is where we are going to be discussing.
níyìn láwùjọ.
Petition, only the 10 first verses.
ní ó fẹ́ kí a ka ẹsẹ̀ mẹ́wàá àkọ́kọ́ nìkan.
So, and thereafter,
lẹ́yìn náà
as we progress in the teaching,
bí a ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú nínú
we shall
ẹ̀kọ́
be referring to it when necessary.
a ó máa tọ́ka padà sí i tó bá yẹ láti
So,
mẹ́.
Leviticus chapter number 3.
ìwé Léfítíkù orí ìkẹta
Read verse 1, you read verse 2.
nígbà a ó máa kà á lẹ́sẹẹsẹ.
And I will please oblige us to read very loud.
ẹ jọ̀wọ́ mo fẹ́ kí a kà á sókè.
So those online can join us and be in the same page with
àwọn
us.
tó ń bẹ lórí afẹ́fẹ́ ẹ máa fọkàn bá wa lọ.
When his offering is a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offers it at the heart, whether male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord.
kí àwọn àlùfáà àwọn ọmọ arónì.
From the sacrifice of the peace offering, an offering made by fire to the Lord, the fat that covers the entails and all the fat that is on the entrails. Yes, 4.
àti ìwé ni àti àwọn tó bo ẹ̀dọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìwé ni ò ní kí o mú kúrò.
And Aaron's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is on the wood that is in the fire, as an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. Verse number 6. Then he shall offer it before the Lord. 8.
kí o sì fi ọwọ́
The
rẹ̀
sacrifice of the peace offering, as an offering made by the close to the backbone, and the fat that covers the entrails, and all the fat that is on the entrails. Verse number 10. Everyone want to go?
àti
Two kidneys
ìwé.
for us tonight.
ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run nìyí fún aláṣálẹ̀ rẹ̀.
And before we continue,
ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run nìyí fún aláṣálẹ̀ rẹ̀.
and before we continue,
kí a tó àṣewájú.
I told you I'll be asking a question we will quickly deliberate on.
wọ́n